Urchin, fear, bold, brainy, and cold-hearted. Distance was over. Little, wow. How he possesses is incredible. He doesn't stand a chance. Urchin, fear, bold, brainy, and cold-hearted. Distance was over. Little, wow. How he possesses is incredible. He doesn't stand a chance.
Yo, I am back, as you can see. I know 3 times in 1 week is pretty crazy, right? Seeing as how you know, I was gone a month before. I'm gonna try not to do that. Again, I want to try to do this at least like once a week or something, maybe every Friday or something like that. Hope everybody is okay on this, what day is it? Friday? Yeah, it's Friday afternoon for me. It is also very hot still, so stay hydrated, keep cool, don't die, don't overheat. This is probably an unexpected tier list. This is my first anime tier list that I've done on my channel so far. But I don't see a lot of folks talk about Durarara. I mean, it makes sense because I mean the show's been over now for a couple of years. But even, I don't know, even when it was like airing, I didn't see many folks talk about it. I think it's an underrated anime, like, for sure. I want more folks to get into this show because it, at least in my opinion, it's a really good show. It's really underrated. Also, I hope I was able to add the stream marker. So, how did I first discover this show? It had to have been... Actually, I can't remember what year it was, but I remember being like a teenager, like a preteen, watching Toonami at night, and then like I saw this show, and it had a weird name. I was like, oh, what is this? 'Cause at the time, I wasn't really as into anime, I don't think. I would try to like watch what anime I could, even if I didn't understand it. Like that's kind of how I like. Really, just any anime that looked interesting, I watched it, like whether I knew the context or not. So yeah, I just watched the show with a weird name and just wanted to see what it was about, and I ended up loving it a lot. Even now. And the only reason why I am talking about this now of all times is because I just rewatched the show again. It's one of those shows that I go back to every couple years and just I rewatch it. And my brain has matured a lot since the last time I saw it, I think. I hope. I think in this second rewatching of this show, I was able to pick up on some things that I didn't before. I was able to look at things and analyze things better. And that's partially what made this so fun to watch again. Is just to rewatch it with a new perspective. And like, man, I've never seen so many problematic characters in one anime before. It's actually crazy. But but it's mad entertaining though. That's the thing. They're all crazy. They're all cracked in the show, but it's interesting to watch. It's like an anti-sitcom or something. So yeah, I just have a lot of things to say about the characters and the show, so I thought I'd pop in here and just talk about my thoughts and things. I'm gonna get started in 1 second here. Let me turn the music again so you all can hear it. Something else I want to get into with this tier list as well is I'm gonna be having the D&D like alignment chart on a separate tab, and I just want to refer to it. Now keep in mind, it's not going to like change my opinion on these characters. It's not going to change how I feel about them. It's just interesting to talk about because again, I've never seen so many cracked characters in one show before. It's great. Okay, let me just switch to another playlist that I can have in the background as I'm talking here. You know, we love music around these parts.
Na dann mal los.
1 second here. Let me just make sure that the audio sounds okay. Okay, we're good now. Let me just switch over this screen here. Let me scoot this up. I can't move it an inch, like a hair. Seems to be either all or nothing. Okay, I'll just leave it there. Can't read what it says. Okay. So, without any further ado, it's already been 16 minutes. I guess I'll start now. This stream, I plan for this to take the entire stream. That's fine with me, to be honest, because again, I have a lot to say. So for my tiers, just make sure. Okay, so for my tiers, top tier, I have I'll die for you. Like, I will die for this character. I love them. They're just amazing. Second tier, I have I really like you. And then I have I like you. I'm indifferent. Mixed feelings is I don't really... It's complicated, pretty much. Whereas indifferent, I'm kind of like, I don't really... They're kind of meh, I don't really care that much about them. Whereas mixed feelings, I just genuinely don't know how to feel about them. I don't like burn it with fire. What? Ooh, I got a couple characters in mind for this tier. I have Who, which is I don't know who this person is, and then I have Duplicate because Nakura and what's his face were like duplicated, so I just put them there, just so I don't have it like be confusing for me later on. So yeah, those are my tiers, and I'll begin here. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, so Mr. fucking Nikocado Avocado over here. We're gonna start with him. Now, Durarara is an interesting show because it kind of doesn't have a protagonist. Really, everyone... Well, okay. This trio, and then you have them, and... I guess you could say the 7 of them are kind of like the main focus. Izaya more so than Shizuo, because he's, you know, he's the villain. Literally, he's the villain. But... yeah, they are the main focus. Occasionally the focus will get shifted to you know, the Van gang with Kadota, and then Mika, Seiji, and Namie, and you know, some of these guys. And then these guys here get added in season 2. I guess before I even start the list, sorry to, you know, keep stalling, but like the list was kind of like ordered weird, so I reordered it myself. I tried to start with like season 1 characters, and then like Mairu and Kururi, they start season 2 characters, and then just like side characters that like aren't really that important. So yeah, I just ordered them myself to make this easier for me, so that I don't have to, you know, just so I can talk about what I want to talk about. Okay, so anyway, well, I guess I'll begin now. So Nikocado Avocado here, Mikado Ryugamine. He was an ordinary kid, you know, before moving to Bukuro. He was just a normal boy living a normal life, just doing normal kid things. We learn, oh yeah, and again, before I start, sorry to do this, but this stream absolutely is going to contain spoilers for Durarara Season 1, as well as Season 2, and, you know, the 3 arcs that are in Season 2. So if you have not watched the show, or whatever, or if you don't, or, you know, if you haven't watched the show, this isn't the stream for you, or if you don't care about spoilers, then I guess keep watching, I guess. Okay. So I think that's everything. I hope that's everything. Okay, Nikocado Avocado here. Mikado Ryugamine, main character, not really the main protagonist, but he's. Oh well, no, I'll just consider him the main protagonist for now. He was just a normal kid living a normal life back in his it's his hometown before moving. We find out later on that he is the leader of the Dollars, or one of the founders of the Dollars. So he was on, I don't know, some kind of internet chat room, some kind of forum, and he was talking to some dudes, and they were like, oh yeah, wouldn't it be funny to do like this internet hoax, and just fool people? And Mikado went along with it. So they made the Dollars website, and they spread rumors about the Dollars, and then sooner or later, these rumors spread like wildfire, and people believed it. And not long after it spread like wildfire, things got really serious. In the real world, I mean, the shit bled into the real world, and I guess the other guys that pulled this with him, they got scared and kind of pulled out of it. He tried to reach out to them afterwards, and they ghosted. They were out. They were not about that life. And Mikado, I assume, this is, you know, just my opinion, but I assume he stayed out of, like, because he felt responsible for it, you know. He was one of the people that made it, even though it was a joke at first. He's one of the people that made it. So he felt responsible and felt obligated to stay and just see how things ended up. And he wanted the Dollars to be like a good gang, you know, not like the yellow scarves, the blue squares that are going at each other's throats, or the Yakuza that are doing God knows what. He wanted them to be a good gang and just like to do good stuff, which, you know, noble of him, but naive, because, I mean, when you have like a gang, anybody and their mother can join, and it's like, you know, you just never know. So at the start, he was pretty, like, innocent. I would say he didn't have bad intentions. He was kind of just, you know, living his life.
Anyone could send a message through a wire.
And then over the course of Season 2, we see him change quite a bit. So let me go to the, this here. Again, it's not going to change how I feel about the characters. It's just interesting to talk about. There were some misconceptions that I had about this list also, or about these things also. So, like, based on what I know, like, good, neutral, and evil, like, this top here, the top axis is, like, morals. and then this chaotic, neutral, and lawful is like ethics. So a misconception that I had about lawful is that it doesn't necessarily mean like abiding by society's laws or rules. It can mean the character just prefers order and structure, and they'll follow rules and laws of things that they believe in. And like neutral, I thought neutral was like a fence sitter type character. Like they can't, they're indecisive, which can be true. But neutral kind of just means that the character is acting in their own interest. It's fluid. Like they can do things, they can do good things as long as it serves a purpose. As long as they are getting towards their goal, they can do good things, but they can also do some bad things, some morally gray things. They can be chaotic if it suits them. So neutral is just like they prioritize their own freedom and their own interests and their own goals above laws or anything like that. So that's what those things mean. I don't know if maybe some of you out there were also might have assumed some things, but that's what I found out recently. I'm glad I actually read up on it before I did this, because then I would have looked dumb. But anyways, Mikado, I feel like in the beginning he was, I think, lawful good. I thought he might have turned like chaotic good, because again, I didn't fully understand what these alignments meant. But I think towards season 2, he became like a lawful neutral character. Because his goal in season 2, and the 3 arcs that was in that season, his goal became to like clean up the dollars. Because again, his goal was good. He wanted like a good gang. He wanted, stuff like that. And again, it's a noble goal, but it's also unrealistic. Like I said, you can't necessarily control who enters your gang. You can't. It's not like a bad goal. It's just unrealistic. It's unreasonable. You can't always gatekeep the people that enter your sphere. There's gonna be bad apples in every group. Like every group, every community, no matter like how good it is, there's always going to be bad people, selfish people that will do what they please. So that was his goal in season 2, was to clean up the dollars, quote unquote. It just, he became the gaslight gatekeep girl boss in season 2, pretty much. That was his arc. And it's interesting because Mikado kept that innocent boy personality, but it took on a whole new context because he was willing to do some dirty things, and he did become twisted. It's kind of like he became mad with power in season 2. Sorry, I have some stuff written down because I had a lot that I wanted to get off my plate. I think that he's one of the only characters to have development of some sort, which is interesting, right? Like, I think the only characters to have development is like him and Henri, funnily enough. Every other character stays pretty stagnant. Not to the detriment of the show, But it's just, now that I was thinking it over, I was like, yeah, he's kind of the only one other than Henri that actually kind of, his character changed. For the worse, I think, because again, he became twisted, he was willing to do bad things. He was talking heavy. He was talking super heavy in season 2. So, yeah, transition from a lawful good to lawful neutral, in my opinion. Perhaps even dipping a bit in lawful evil. He was doing what he thought was right, but in the end, he did end up, his actions did lead to people, you know, getting hurt. He even hurt Masaomi himself. Well, then again, Masaomi did beat the shit out of him also, so I guess they're kind of even. But he used that thing on Masaomi's leg, like a tranquilizer or something. I don't know if it was a trank or if it was like a bullet that hit it. I don't know what exactly it was, but his actions. He was on Demon Time season 2. So, oh, and one more thing, I'm gonna put him in mixed feelings because I don't really know how I feel about him yet. Another thing too is that the second season ended before he got a chance to answer for his deeds. Because by the end of it, he gets stabbed by Nasajima's bitch ass, and he ends up in the hospital. So, the series just ends with the three of them kind of being reunited together in the hospital. We don't really see what happens after that. That's the last thing we see of them. So, that part irks me. Because I would have wanted to see him face the consequences of his actions. He, willingly let himself be manipulated and used by Aoba, and he also used Aoba in return to do what he thought was the right thing to do. So, yeah, that's kind of my take on Nikocado Avocado. Okay, on Riso Nohara. I actually like her quite a bit. Shit. I'm gonna move her to really because I actually do like Henri a lot. So her backstory is she suffered, horrible trauma. She was being physically abused by her father, which we later find out that I think Akabayashi's former boss had given drugs to Henri's father, and that was what was making him crazy, and he ended up attacking his family as a result of it. So yeah, we know that she was being abused by him, and there was one day where he was literally choking her and was going to kill her, and her mother pulled up with Saika and killed him and herself afterwards. So she had to witness both of their, not only, it's the trauma of being physically abused by a parent, but also seeing both of them, die in front of her. It was just awful. And I deeply empathize with her for that. And she also has Saika now. So there's that. She has the power. I know that she would call herself a parasite in the first season a lot. I think even in season 2 she would do it, but I strongly disagree with that. My take is that Like I said, she suffered through just utter horror at home. Oh, let me get some water. She suffered through utter horror at home and was deeply traumatized as a result of it. And of course, I think that affected the way that she interacted with people. We see that a coping mechanism that she uses to when like she's in danger or when something's happening to her, her coping mechanism is to withdraw into herself. She kind of dissociates and lets it and waits for the moment, waits for the bad thing to pass, because that's what she's used to, at home. And she was powerless to stop her abusive parent. And the only thing she could do was just dissociate and wait it out until it finished, because she was not nearly strong enough to be able to stop what was happening. Because she was only a child. And we see her carry that into her teenage life. But yeah, I just think that trauma affected the way that she interacts with others. She is a very reclusive, very introverted person. I think part of her might have been scared to open herself up and be hurt by somebody again. So she mostly kept to herself. It's not like she doesn't enjoy it's not that she didn't enjoy Mika's company or Mikado and Masomi's company. It's just she doesn't know really how to navigate those situations. So I totally disagree with her calling herself a parasite. She just doesn't know how to navigate social situations. As for her development, like I said, she started off in the very beginning as very reclusive, very quiet, very introverted, not really speaking unless spoken to. She was kind of an NPC in the beginning. We didn't see too much of her in the beginning either. But as the series went on, we saw more of her. And then in season 2, I think she played a little bit of a bigger role. But over time, we see her open up to more people and to be social with more people, to try to accept who she is. We see her form relationships with Celti, especially Erica in season 2, and kind of Saki as well. They didn't talk for like that long, but they did end up like liking each other and stuff, so that was neat. It was just good to see her kind of come out of her shell a bit and to open up to others and to be able to relate, just to have someone to relate to in Celti. So I think that was good for her. Let me put my mic down just a little bit, just a titty bit. Okay. But yeah, I just liked her, slow progression of being more open, being more social, being willing to share how she's feeling, being honest with people about how she's feeling, being honest with other people about who she really is and what she's capable of. That I know was really cathartic for her. So yeah. Oh, and as for the alignment chart, shoot. I wouldn't say Henri's lawful. She's not really abiding by anything. I think she's more neutral, for sure. I think she does want to do the right thing. She acknowledges, when her and Haruna have that little standoff, she becomes the quote-unquote mother of the Psychic children. She's aware that Haruna was, slashing people and hurting people, and she's like, you know what, you're not going to have that power over them anymore. I'm taking that from you. So she wants to do the right thing, with Saika. She wants to wield Saika and, you know, not abuse that power. But I don't think she always knows what to do with it exactly. She just knows she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to hurt people. So I'm thinking she's either neutral good or true neutral. Because she really just wants peace, you know? She's not really about... Again, she's not, like, super, you know, lawful, but she's not, like, rejecting it either. She's either... Yeah, I think she's either neutral good or true neutral. She really just wants to live a peaceful life, so... Which is kind of what a neutral character is all about. They're really kind of in it for themselves. They'll sway to either side as they see fit if it helps them achieve what they need to do. So okay, music still playing. Let me just see. Yes, okay. So, Masomi. I do like him. I may move him up. Yeah, I'll move him up. I do really like Masomi. So Masomi, he's best friends with Mikado. They were childhood friends. They went to they went to school together. They went to elementary school together. They kind of grew up together, and then Masomi moved to Ikebukuro at some point. Don't know when or how. I know this is like an anime thing, but I don't know how these kids are able to live by themselves like that. Like that don't make no sense to me. It never makes sense. Like if he was a college student or something, that makes sense. But like, dude, a little child, how are you living by yourself? How do you afford rent? Anyways, getting off topic, but he seems to be all alone. We don't really know much about his past, other than the yellow scarves and all that. We don't know much about his family life, what happened like at home. I remember when he talked about the yellow scarves once, he was saying how, like, you know, he just wanted somewhere to belong, somewhere to fit in. So maybe his relationship with his parents isn't the best. I don't know. Again, I don't know. I have no idea. That's just speculation on my part. But he's the leader of the Yellow Scarves. I believe he created them. For what reason, I don't know. He was the leader, and I think, was it a year before the start of the show? The Yellow Scarves and the Blue Squares had that huge kind of fight that was going on. Saki, let me move down. Where's she? Saki, his girlfriend, was injured. She had her legs broken as like collateral. The dudes in the Blue Squares kidnapped her, took her, and broke her legs. And he froze as he was going to go and try to save her. And so I think that incident is what made him leave the Yellow Scarves temporarily, because he went back. He's a guy that, admittedly, because he is aware that he runs from his problems, he was running from Saki for a long time. He couldn't tell her the truth of what happened for a long time. He left the Yellow Scars, tried to leave that behind, but you know, he also got lonely at one point, so he like hyped up their school so that Mikado would come through and hang with him. I think he's interesting because of that, you know, the fact that he's like avoiding his problems, which honestly, same. On the and yeah, and then season 2, his goal was just kind of to try to take down Mikado. He wanted to just to talk to him and just try to get in his head and understand like what he's doing. You know, because Mikado, we talked about it, but he goes off the deep end in season 2, and Masaomi just wants to try to reel him in. So, on the alignment chart, he's definitely not lawful, or maybe he is lawful. Because again, I always think, when lawful, I always think like society's laws, but it can be laws or rules that are set by someone that you're loyal to, or just someone that prefers order and structure. He's definitely one of the neutrals. Because he's not evil. He's definitely not evil, but like he's not good either. Yeah, he's not evil, he's not good, so that narrows it down to one of the three in the center here. Shit. Again, this is not super important, I just think it's fascinating. Chaotic meaning that you kind of like, you know, reject laws and orders. Lawful meaning you abide by them. Neutral meaning you'll swing either way if it aligns with your goals. So I think Masaomi is either lawful neutral or true neutral. I think maybe lawful neutral because he is at least aligned with the yellow scarves, and neutral because he's not good and he's not evil. So I think lawful neutral for him as well. Okay, Celti. When I tell you guys, I love Celti so much. I love her so much. Like, she is my favorite character in the entire series thus far. You know, she's strong, she's kind. She's also she's really funny at times, I think. Let me get a drink of water real quick. Okay. Stay hydrated, folks. It's getting hot out there. Hopefully it'll cool down soon. I'm tired of this heat. Anyways. Yeah, she's strong, kind, funny at times. She's like her body language is like super expressive at times. Like when she gets like upset at like Shinra or Shingen, not like in a serious way, just like in a comical way, or like she'll get scared of like the police and of things. Like she gets super expressive and it's really funny. It's funny, she's my favorite character, but I kind of have like the least to say about her. Well, the irony, of course, being that she's not a human, and yet she's one of the most human people. Well, I disagree. They're all human. Like, humans do morally great things sometimes, and that's kind of what a lot of these characters are. Uh, she's one of the kindest characters in the show. She's like the confidant. She's the person that people like. She's a very reliable, trustworthy person. She's the person that people go to for help and support. Uh, she's like the anchor, like the rock. Um, I'll say what I didn't like about the third arc in season 2 was when Kasane like kidnapped Shinra and Celti went after her. She was out of commission for a few episodes. She was, that huge swarm of shadows because she was so angry. She turned into like this like primal being of like shadows. I mean, maybe she still had her consciousness in there, but I don't exactly know. But yeah, that I didn't like because, again, I don't like when people mess with Celti. And just because, like, her presence wasn't there, and there was a noticeable difference. It's crazy how, like, it's just there was a very noticeable difference when she wasn't involved in the story. And that I didn't like. But that's just me being biased. In terms of the alignment, she's for sure not evil. Huh. She's not really chaotic either, I don't think. I think she's neutral good, because she's mostly just loyal to, like, her friends and Shinra. She's not concerned about, like, being lawful. So I think Celti is neutral good. In my opinion, of course. Also, I hate when the ooh, my screen froze for a second. Oh, I was scared. I hate when like when anyone messes with her or fucks with her, I hate it. Like when the fucking dumbass cops like chase her. I hate that. Oh, another thing I want to say about Masami that I forgot. I just like his personality as well. Henri's disposition, I relate to her, and Masami, I like his personality, and she's just, I kind of strive to be like Celti. We all need Celtis in our lives. Shinra's crazy ass. Where do I put him? I don't know. I mean, I do like Shinra. I think he's a funny character. I do love his devotion to Celti, but he does have a twisted side to him that we see that he can be very selfish, especially when it comes to her. He said something like, I love Celti, but I can't let her happiness get in the way of mine. So that I was just like, ugh. He is like very sweet to her, and is kind to her, but that part I was just like, I don't know about that, Chief. I don't know about that. So the twisted side, I don't like that part, but I do love his devotion and him wanting to, just be with her. I do like that part. I don't think I have a whole lot to say about Shinra, to be honest. I think part of the reason why he's kind of cracked is because of Shingen, his dad, just having like no boundaries. That is, whoops. Just letting Shinra do like whatever, letting him dissect Celti when he was like a child. Very irresponsible actually, but I guess he knew that Celti couldn't be in any real danger because of it, but still. Okay. As for the alignment, he's definitely not lawful.
I bet she's not missing that owl now.
He's not good either, for sure. He's not good. So that eliminates these two rows. That eliminates this and this. Shoot. Okay, let's think about him for a second. He's willing to do bad things, I mean, in the name of Celti. But he's willing to do good things in the name of her as well. He's not for the law. He's not against it. So I think that would put him at true neutral then. He's really only loyal to Celti. Really, that's it. Like, so I think that would put Shinra at true neutral. You know, it's crazy. I'm almost an hour in, and we've only got like 5 characters done. Crazy, huh? Okay. Shizuo. I do really like him. Problematic? Yes, absolutely. And, of course I put Izaya after him because the two of them are like Tom and Jerry of the series, so. Oh, one of my notes I forgot to mention. I feel like Henri is, well, she's not a foil to Mikado because they're similar in some ways, but with power, Henri stays true to herself while Mikado kind of became twisted. I think she changed for the better while he changed for the worse. And I feel like it's not that often that we see. I think we definitely, like, when it comes to protagonists and really anything, like anime and games and whatnot, we see more protagonists become good people over time. But it does definitely happen where people become worse over time. Like, think of like Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan is a really good example. And 9S from Nier Automata. Spoilers, I won't go into that too much, but yeah. But Shizuo, problematic favorite of mine. Or not favorite, but he's a problematic, character that I like. Shizuo obviously has an extremely short fuse, and he's been like this since he was a little kid. He's always had an extremely short fuse and very little patience. Well, at least for people that he cares about, like Celti and like Tom and Verona, he has patience for those people. But like for people that get on his nerves, his patience goes out the window very quickly. So it's not that his patience is completely short, it's just it only extends to those that he doesn't care about, or that do him wrong, or that just get on his nerves. He has a very explosive temper, as we all see, very destructive. I think that he's kind of tragic in a way because of his explosive, temper and everything. It's like when it's all said and done, there's just nothing but like rubble and debris around him, as he's literally tore through like everything, destroyed everything. He's literally a destructive person. So, but despite that, he at least is like aware of it, 1 second. Okay, we're good. But okay, yeah. But despite that very major flaw that he has, he's at least aware of it, and he's afraid of himself. I think he struggles with, self.
Wonder what Keg is up to.
Self-hatred as a result of the strength that he has. People are afraid of him, and some people, some of the the local gangsters pick fights with him just because, like, they just want to, I don't know. Hypocritical, because he says that he hates violence, and yet he kind of is the embodiment of violence. I just hope that one day he can, control himself and get himself together, because, I mean, I think emotionally, he's just emotionally immature. I think he's kind of like a little toddler, but yeah, I still like him though. I think that, like, because he obviously cares about people. He cares about Celti and Kadota and Tom, Akane, Verona. Did I say Verona already? I might have already said her, but he does care, like, about people. He cared about the lady that, like, he was getting hurt a lot as a kid, and, like, there was a lady that was, like, giving him milk and just being, like, super nice to him. And, like, there was a time where, like, these dudes, I think, were, I don't know what they were doing, they were robbing her, and he, like, went ape mode and just almost destroyed the place, and he also hurt her as a result of it. So he does care about people. He's not like a heartless human, but he definitely is a flawed person. Okay, definitely not lawful, and definitely not evil. So this row and this row is kind of out of the question. So he's definitely one of the neutrals here. Okay, I suppose he's not. He does get in trouble with the law quite often, unfortunately. Not because of his explosivity, but just because Izai is literally always framing him for shit and setting him up. So that part is not his fault. So he's not like... Well, I wouldn't say he's good, because he's not, like, necessarily trying to help people. But again, he's also not evil. So that just leaves true neutral and chaotic neutral. Honestly, it might put him at true neutral, because again, he's not, like, trying to reject it. He's just kind of doing him. So I think Shizuo is a true neutral. Need to check something real quick. Okay, now we're gonna get on to this asshole. I have mixed feelings about him. And of course, if we talk about one, we gotta talk about the other, right? So, but I'll get to that in a bit. But Isaiah is it's funny. You got the protagonist and the villain in the same. Anyway, so Isaiah is the villain, the main villain of the series.
Okay, I think I have what I need. Now to make the
He
rest
works
of
as
the
an
way.
information broker in the city. Claims to love humans, and really is just doing he's just doing a bunch of just fuck shit behind the scenes, meddling in people's lives, causing chaos. He is a master manipulator and a master instigator.
Oh, that's just beautiful.
That's just kind of what he does. Manipulates, instigates. That's his thing. He is an entertaining character to watch, and he is at least kind of interesting. But he is a horrible person. That much is like true. He is terrible. Again, he starts things for his own sort of enjoyment,
I like those. Feels right.
which I think that already narrows down the fucking the alignment chart just based on that alone. He's definitely one of the neutrals, but I'll get to that later. I mean, that makes sense to considering the line of work that he does, because it makes sense that you wouldn't want to be tied to any group so that you can remain unbiased. I mean, an info broker, that job sounds like stressful kind of in the first place, because you have to have like super tight boundaries because you know all these things, and it's like, I guess you have to be really particular about who you give the information to and whatnot. I mean, there's some info that I guess he won't sell no matter who comes asking, no matter who it is, no matter how much they offer him. There's some things that he just can't, that he just won't reveal, I guess. Also, he probably should have, I mean, if he's working that job, he should have security or something, because like there's people out there that might come and try to kill him or hurt him, which he kind of deserves, to be honest, but I'm just saying. A couple things though that really grinded my gears that he did was the fact that he mocks the suicide pacts. The suicide pacts in the show are, you know, people that they get together to commit mass suicide together, I guess, and he mocked them. He mocks Rio. Where is she? Rio. He mocks her and confronts her for wanting to do what she did, and went on this whole thing about like, we'll get to her. We'll get to her when we get to her. But he mocks Rio, and he mocks old girl too. I don't even know her name, but she was part of another suicide pact that he joined just to fucking spit in their face when they met in person. Not literally, but figuratively. Just a giant spit in the face. And that's disgusting, and that's horrible. So, entertaining character to watch, interesting character, but horrible human being. Shinra also kind of blew the lid on you know, the kind of the mystery that is Isaiah in the third arc, because he's talking to oh shoot, damn it, I'll just put him behind Nakabayashi. This chick, I still don't know her name, but orange haired chick, whatever, with glasses. He Shima was talking to her because like she was helping him like walk because he was injured, and he kind of exposed him. He even said himself that Isaiah is like weak emotionally, and that's what I wanted to get to with the two of them. I know they're presented as like foils. I don't think they're foil. They are very different people in just their personalities and how they act. Even in their designs, you know, Isaiah is wearing mostly black clothes with, you know, dark hair. Shizuo has light colored hair, and I mean his clothes are kind of dark for the most part too, but he has the white collared shirt that he wears under his getup. But Isaiah, I would say, is like passive aggressive, whereas Shizuo is just straight up aggressive. It's the two opposites, the two extremes. Isaiah doesn't really get his hands dirty well, he kind of does, but he doesn't like get into fights himself. He's always manipulating the situation from behind things, whereas Shizuo, of course, always fights his own battles and wins because no one can really beat him. It's kind of impossible. Isaiah, I think, is a proactive person. He kind of gets the jump on things beforehand and is very calculated. Shizuo is a reactive person. He kind of reacts to things as they come to him and is highly emotional to his detriment. So that's how they're different. But in similarities, again, they're both emotionally weak, and they both are self-sabotaging people. Don't know if it's intentional. Well, it's accidental for Shizuo. He's not trying to do it. Isaiah, though, I can't really say if it's intentional or not. By self-sabotaging, I mean Shizuo with this horrendous anger issues, and Isaiah literally burning every bridge in his life. He doesn't really have like that. He doesn't really have close friends like that. Shinra's the only thing that he has to a friend, and it makes sense. I mean, he brought that on himself. That's his fault for always fucking with people. That's kind of what you get, but. Yeah, they're both tragic in a way. If anything, I think that Celti is kind of his foil. That just makes more sense to me. Again, while these two are very different in their approaches and in their personalities, she's more opposite to him than he is. Let me check one something. So, okay, so personality-wise, Celti is kind. She's very caring and supportive. Isaiah is the opposite of all those things. He's unkind, very apathetic, and just a callous person all around. And you know, unsupportive. Again, he's not really for anyone in particular. He's really just about himself, which is a neutral character in a nutshell. She's reliable and trustworthy. He is not. He's kind of known for being the opposite. He's only, well, I'll get to this first, but she's always trying to help people. She wants to, do the right thing and help people, whereas he'll help people if it's in his own interest, and if it's not, he won't. If he thinks if it makes the show more interesting, he'll do it, but if not, then he won't. It's also the fact that there's a lot of, there's a lot of children in this show. There's a lot of teenagers in the show. It's like with the suicide pacts and with Masaomi and with Saki, like he knows everything that's happening, and yet he doesn't do anything to help these people, these kids that are going through all of this. So it's just sorry, just drinking water again. I'm talking quite a lot here. Hour and 16. Okay. I may have a lot to say about the main ones, but as for like the side ones, not really. Not really at all. But yeah, as for what Shinra was saying, that he is emotionally weak, and like if he went through something like heartbreak, for example, he wouldn't be able to handle it very well. So I think that the fact that he's so detached from like humanity and from people is like a coping mechanism. I think that he's like secretly lonely, because we see how he is in high school, and he is very different. Izaya in the main show is, for the most part, he's unhinged. Literally like fucking the Joker. He's Joker brained. He's playful, I guess, mischievous. He's like he's always like 5 steps ahead of you. Like he knows what you're going to do before you even do it. But in high school, he was a loner in high school. He seemed pretty like kind of irritable and just kind of like not about talking to people. Like whenever Shinra talked to him, Izaya was always very like would you go away please? Like get away from me. Like he just was not he was not having it with Shinra in high school. Shinra stuck around because he's annoying. That's just what he does. But yeah, it's just that shift in character. I think he does this to, I don't know, I guess protect himself. It is sad. It is pretty sad. Doesn't excuse his actions though. I mean, he's still shit. He's still awful, and deserved the stabbing that happened. I mean, he kind of had it coming. It's like he has way too much fun fucking with people, and he fucked around and found out with some powerful people, and yeah, got what was coming to him. But I think the real moment that we see that, like the one moment that really like where his kind of loneliness and his isolation kind of shines through is at the stabbing incident. After he gets stabbed, everyone's kind of out and about doing their own thing. At the time that it aired on the news, Shinra and Celti were like planning packing for a trip. I don't remember what the others were doing. I think Namie might have been the only person that actually saw it on the news, but even then, she didn't really care that much. It's like this thing just happened to him, and like no one cares. I don't remember what he was doing at the time, because I'm sure if he heard the news, he would have been down there to finish him off potentially. But old girl with the orange hair, with the glasses, she ended up going to him. But it's that moment that really shows that, like, yeah, this dude has like nobody in his corner. And again, it's he kind of deserves it. That's kind of what he gets for always messing with people. And then the other moment is like the hot pot episode where like Celti and Shimmer, like they have everybody over at their house and they're all eating hot pot. They're all talking about it in the chat logs, and then Izaya tries to offer like to take Nami out to dinner or to get hot pot, and she's like, no, nigga, the fuck. She's like, just because your little friends are having a hot pot, you want to have a hot pot with me too? Like, fuck out of here. So those two moments really, I think, showed like, yeah, this dude really has, like, he doesn't really have anyone. Even his own sisters kind of don't mess with him that much, because they know how he is, and that sucks. So for that, I kind of feel bad, but I kind of, you know, at the same time, I'm not going to justify his actions, because again, he's horrible. So he's an interesting one, because he's definitely not good. That is just off the, that's off the record immediately. He is not good. Which either leaves lawful, chaotic, and then neutral. I'm thinking. He's definitely one of the neutrals. He's definitely one of these four, I think, because he, again, is not really aligned to anybody. Okay, so morally, he's potentially evil. Might be evil. And ethically, he is, again, he's not aligned to anyone. But I suppose he's not trying to get rid of. He's not like rejecting the law either necessarily. So I almost want to put him at like. But then he does disrupt things just to disrupt it. So I feel like he might be chaotic evil. Even though I did say like he's neutral because he's not aligned to anyone, and that's true. But at the same time, he is doing what he wants, and he does not have good intentions whatsoever. So I'm thinking either chaotic neutral or chaotic evil. So he's one of these two. Potentially even neutral evil. So this little triad here, I think he fits into one of those. Okay, that was a long-winded analysis there, and we still have a lot to get through. Almost an hour and a half. Okay, Tom. I like him, I guess. Although we don't really get to see much of him in the anime, there's not really that much backstory. I mean, him and Shizuo were like friends in like, I think middle school. They've been friends for a long time. But other than that, there's not much about his character. I mean, he's pretty chill for the most part. I feel bad for him sometimes because he has to put up with he has to put up with Shizuo all the time, and just his explosivity. Because dude's just trying to do his job. He's just trying to fucking pay his rent and shit. He's just trying to do his job, and then Shizuo out here just like making it difficult for him. So that's why I feel bad. But I don't have anything bad to say about him, really. Kadota. I fuck with Kadota. I do mess with him. Like Celti, he's another confidant type of character. He's the, the trustworthy, reliable guy that's, always trying to help. They're kind of like Vigilante. Oh yeah, Tom, I didn't even rate him. He's not evil. I wouldn't say he's good either. Probably like lawful yeah, probably like lawful neutral. He's not a bad person he's not a bad person at all, but he's not like, trying to be the hero. He's just kind of doing him. So, lawful neutral, I think. Yeah, him and Kadota and Celti are like the same. They're like the same archetype of like, the reliable, the trustworthy, the rock, the anchor of the group. I remember like when the incident happened, when he was hit with the car. I remember Erica said that like, all the people in the waiting room were people that he's helped at some point. So he does like to help people. He tries to help where he can. We know that he's about like, he does seem to like want to like protect like teenagers like from just danger and stuff. So he has good intentions. He's got a good heart. Give me one quick second while I get this. Give me 1 second here.
Just sit with the kettle and the world will come to you.
just had to adjust how I sit, so it's more comfortable for me. I gotta get like a gaming chair and a desk at some point. Okay. Let's go back to this here. Okay, Kadota. Like I was saying, he's like not the Robin Hood, because he doesn't steal from the rich and give to the poor. He just, all about protecting and helping people, similar to Celti. I think I said this before I adjusted, but yeah, when the incident happened where he got hit, Erica was saying that all the people in the waiting room were people that Kadota has helped to some capacity, so he does enjoy helping others, seemingly. Adjusting the music. So yeah, he's a good guy. Nothing really bad to say about him. We saw him. He helped out Saki in when she got hurt because of the blue squares. And then we see him in season 1 and 2 helping out our main guys and protecting them. So you like him. Definitely not evil. I'd probably put him in maybe neutral good where Celti is, because again, he's not necessarily lawful, and he's definitely not. Well, he may be chaotic good, but I feel like he's more kind of like neutral good. So there's that. Erica, I do like her a lot. In season 1, she's more of her and Umach are like, or Walker. She calls him Umach, so I'll call him that too. But the two of them in season 1 are kind of like they're two peas in a pod. They usually are always together. One of them is usually not far away from the other. They're not the Beavis and Butthead, but they're like this. They're like glue at the hip. So she was kind of just like, I feel like her and Walker in season 1, I feel like we're kind of just like gag characters. They're both otaku weebs pretty much. They're both weebs, and that's pretty much who they were in the first season. But in season 2, they kind of deviate from that a bit. They're still together at times, but they definitely both split off from each other at points, and they become a little more independent. They do their own thing for a bit, and I like that a lot. Yeah, I like her personality. I think her design's cute. I love her friendship with Henri and how supportive she was being to her. Yeah, it was just nice to see Henri like get some more like friends and people that understand her. It was just good for her character. But yeah, I like Erica. He's great. Walker, on the other hand, or Umach, he's a little bit annoying to me, to be honest. But then, I mean, like, I watched the show in the dub, by the way, just because that's how I saw the show initially. So I just always stuck with the dub. But again, he's the other otaku of the group, along with Erica. The two of them are like glued at the hip. They're best friends. And like I said, we see the two of them be a little more independent in season 2. They're not as stuck together. He, along with Kyohei and Erika and Saburo, helped save Saki. And even in season 2, he helped save the group when Izumi like corners them with his goons. He comes to the rescue with his little fire, his arson. I would have liked to see like how Erika fights. I want to see how she gets down, but we never really saw that. But his thing is fire. I mean, it works, shit. But yeah, he saves people kind of in the same, not in the same way, but he does definitely do his part to help save people. Oh, also I should mention that they're both loyal to like Kyohei. I would have liked to see like their backstory as to like how they all met and just their own individual backstories and whatnot. Maybe see a bit of their life in the blue squares. But yeah, that's one thing I wish they would have done. Maybe they do it in the manga or in like the light novel or something. I don't really know, but whoops. Okay, there we go. Let me do something really quick.
Might be time to warm up.
I forgot to set this. Okay, back. So, yeah. He's done some good things, but he's a little annoying to me. But oh yeah, I didn't really put them on the... They're probably like... they might be like chaotic good. Yeah, whereas he's neutral good, I think the two of them might be chaotic good. Saburo, I'm a little indifferent to. I don't dislike him. He's one of the only normal people in the entire show. In this entire cast of freaks, he's one of the only normal ones. We don't know that much about him, really. Again, I would have loved to see the backstory as to how they all met and the circumstances and their lives and their jobs and all that. Just to get to know them better, but I can't really say a lot about him. We know he's a super huge fan of Rudy, and we'll get to her later. But yeah, he's the owner of the van driver. As anyone would, he's very protective over his van, and like the slightest nick will set him off. The slightest nick, the slightest scratch sets him off, so it's having water again. I'm talking a lot today. Seiji. This fucking freak ass nigga, bro. I don't know where to put him. I don't really like him that much. I guess he kind of grows on me in season 2. He's more normal, but he's such a freak. Okay, so the backstory here is that, like, Celtie's head, right? She's after her head in the city. We learn that Shinra's dad is the one that, like, ends up, like, giving it to someone, and then it ends up going overseas, and then she comes to Japan to get it. He it was her head was in their possession, him and Namie's and their family. And like when he saw it, he like fell in love with the head and became obsessed with it. And that was kind of his whole personality. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about him. In season 2, he becomes he's still obsessed with the head. You know, by the end of it, when Celtie's head gets shipped, I think overseas again, him and Mika go to like fly to see the head, I guess. But so he's still a freak. He's just, I guess, a more normal freak in season 2 after some time passes. She's also a freak, Mika. I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent. She's a whole stalker. She broke into, like, before the start of the show, she broke into Seiji's house, literally, or apartment, wherever he was living, and found Celtie's head. It was freaked out, obviously, and then he literally slammed her into a wall and he thought that he killed her and was mad, nonchalant about it. The nigga was eating ramen noodles when Nami showed. This motherfucker was eating fucking noodles as this girl's lying bloody on the floor. Great. She kind of had it. I mean, I don't support I don't support, what happened to her, but she kind of sort of had it coming. I mean, you break into somebody's house. I mean, what do you expect? So, oh yeah, Seiji. I didn't rate Seiji. I'll do it after this. So she was a stalker, broke into his house. And then Namie did surgery on Mika to make her look like Celtie so that he could be not obsessed. So that, yeah, he could be not obsessed with Celtie's head and that he would like her instead. Which, we'll get to that. Well, I'll get into it now. If she was doing it for the right reason because she was worried, I'd be like, okay, that's at least kind of admirable. Because of course, you don't want your family member being obsessed with the head. I'm sure anybody would be worried about that. But that's not the whole truth. But we'll get into it. But she's also a hacker. Apparently, she knows all this information about Mikado Henri. She knows that they're all the leaders of these groups because she hacked and found out the information. So she knows like everything. Cracked, just like a lot of other characters are. Not a lot to say about them, really. They're just... This... Okay, so they're, like, in a relationship, but he doesn't actually, like, love her or care about her. He literally admits, like, I only care about you because you look like fucking Celtie, and she's totally fine with it. It's fucked. It's fucked both ways. So as for Seiji, he's definitely not good. I can't really call him evil either. I'd say chaotic neutral for him, potentially. Mika, definitely not good. Evil, debatable. I think she also may be chaotic neutral. Yeah. I'll say they're both chaotic neutral. Namie, I do not like her. Whoops. At all. She's awful. She's the worst. God, I hate her. Well, I don't hate her, but she's just, she's the worst. She's just a, like, really mean-spirited person, very bitter person. She also is on that Sweet Home Alabama type shit because she loves her brother. She's, like, in love with her brother. It's fucked. Real fucked up. And like I said earlier, when she had surgery be performed on Mika, so that she would look like Salty's head, so that Seiji would back off from the head. But she did that not because she was, like, worried about him, but just because she likes him and wants him to herself. It's fucked. Cracked. This whole trio. Fucked up. Cracked. She's also a grown woman, and he's, like, a teenager still, so... because of that, I'm like, yeah, nah, bro. I'm not about that. She's also just I don't know, just bitter and just not just mean, not a nice person, not a good person either. She's definitely not good. I want to say she's not like out trying to like fuck shit up necessarily. She's kind of about herself.
A perfect cup of tea.
So I want to say lawful neutral. Yeah, I'll say she's lawful neutral. Maybe even true neutral. Because, I mean, she has really no moral compass. She's totally fine with doing whatever as long as she gets what she wants. She's not good. She's not trying to help people. She's not trying to fuck people over. So I'll say one of these two. Lawful or true neutral. Well, no, lawful. Lawful makes sense. Okay, Shingen. Shingles. I don't know. I kind of don't like him. I kind of don't like him. He's, done some things. He's responsible for, like I said, I think he's the one that took her head in the first place. So he stole it from her. And, doesn't approve of, Shinra and Celti's relationship, of course, but not that Shinra cares. He's probably twisted because of him, and that's his fault. I think he's an entertaining character to watch. I think he's kind of funny, but actually, I don't know. I'll put it in different. He's not on the same level as these two bozos. So I think he's... I think he's lawful. He's not good. Not evil, possibly lawful neutral. Saki, poor girl. I do like her a lot. I love her English voice too. She sounds really, really cute. So her and Masomi were dating, and they stopped for a while, and then now they're dating again. She was injured in the whole clash between the blue squares and yellow scars. She got kidnapped by them and had her legs broken as collateral. Poor thing was in the hospital for a while. And she was also being manipulated by, guess who? Shocker, right? But she's aware of it. She understands that she was a puppet for him. She was listening to everything that he said. he
I could write a
she
book.
like he really had her under like his thumb. Like she was like putty in his hands, and because she's a child, it's kind of gross. It I don't know. I know you didn't plan to do anything like weird, but it's just I don't know. I just don't like the amount of control that he had over her, whether it be intentional or not. You know, it's the fact that he was always right about everything that made her so like trusting of him and looking up to him and all that. Which again, she admits that she was like a pawn in his little chessboard or whatever. She admits that she was a pawn to him, but yeah, we kind of don't get to see much of Saki, to be honest. We don't really get like a backstory or anything with her. She's just, you know, she's more of a supporting character, so. Rio, okay. Rio, I'm indifferent. I don't dislike her. Like the biggest thing we see of her is literally like the start of the show when we see that she is part of the suicide pact. She gets abducted by the human traffickers. We'll get to them when we get to them. And then she's saved by Celti and all of that. So that whole thing was. And then like she went to the top of like some building and this fuckhead was there. And we learn that because of course it was his plan the entire time. He set up everything. He was Nakara talking to her. Like, why are you talking to fucking kids, bro? And regardless, he was Nakara. He got those bozos to come and kidnap her. And he also arranged for Celti to go and save her. And he, like, quote unquote, told her off on the building. He just went on his whole, like, spiel about, like, kind of mocking her for wanting to commit suicide. It's just like, how low can you possibly go? Like, how much of a fucking degenerate can you be by telling that to somebody? A child, mind you. Rio's still a child. She's still a teenager in high school who could legitimately be struggling with something, and you're over here just not provoking her, but just saying all these awful things. And again, he does it again to old girl and like a friend of her, or not a friend, but another member of this group. He does the same thing to them, or not the same thing, but he pretends to be like he wants to do it and then just tells them off. Asshole. But the thing that really like made me upset was I remember him saying like, why is it okay for you to have secrets but like not your folks? So what had happened with Rio was that like she got some mail, and she had like there was some photos in the mail of like her dad with another woman. And I think someone had wrote like, are you gonna let this slide, or what are you gonna do about this? And I think she kept it to herself for a while, and then at some point she let her parents see it. Nothing changed after that, which is weird, but maybe they hashed it out behind the scenes and she just didn't know about it. But anyways, it's just it felt really weird to her to have had this potentially happen. But it's like, you know, cheating and infidelity and stuff like that. It's like that's very serious. You know, it's super serious, and that's enough to ruin someone's relationship, someone's marriage. You can't really. So at least for me, it's like these are two different things that we're talking about here. One is accusations of cheating and infidelity. The other one is her struggling and wanting to just disappear because she just feels unseen and things like that. Like, that's not the same situation. That's not even the same thing. Not even remotely similar. It's like that, if it came true, like if it was actually true that her father was cheating, again, it could ruin the marriage, it could ruin their relationship, it would also affect Rio as the child. Just as her potential death would affect them as well. But I'm just saying they're very different, at least in my opinion.
I miss the sun.
So yeah, just asshole move from him. And now that I think about it, he's probably the one that did that in the first place, because we know that nigga has time. That nigga has time to do. He has too much time on his hands. He's probably the one that sent those pics to her in the first place, or he paid someone to do it, or he either did it himself or he knows who did it, because we know him. Has way too much on his hands and just does whatever. So yeah, I don't really feel one way about her or the other. She's a side character, supporting character. She shows up like every now and again, but it's not like anything of importance. She just is kind of in the background. Haruna, this bitch, dude, she's fucking cracked. I don't really like her either. We're talking like cracked. She's one of the most cracked characters in this entire anime. So the slasher arc was happening. She's infected with Psycha. We don't really know how and who did it to her, but she was the slasher going around slashing people and, you know, just making more children with the Psycha. And she slashes innocent people. She also slashed her own dad, which he's here. She slashed, where are they? These bitches, as they were bullying Henri. They kind of had it coming, kind of deserved it, low-key. But she was just slashing people, trying to make more, you know, because Psycha claims to, like, love people or whatever. And she's also obsessed with this creature here. She's obsessed with him. She used to be a student at Rida Academy, and because of what they had going on, she transferred. Or I think she might have tried to, like, hurt him or something, and maybe that's why she left, but... Which, I mean, he deserved whatever he did, whatever she did to, whatever bad thing she did to him, he deserved. But she's not like a likable character, like, at all to me. She's just kind of crazy. She doesn't really have a goal other than to, I guess, be with that creature down there that we showed. That's kind of her goal, just to be with him. She also brought up some stuff about Henri's past, you know, with her parents passing and all that. Gross, nasty. Yeah, I just, nah. Wait, did I do the alignment chart for... Well, Rio, it doesn't really matter. She's just a normal person. Probably lawful good or, like, neutral good or something. Haruna, definitely not good. Definitely not lawful. Maybe, shoot. Chaotic neutral or chaotic evil, potentially. Because she does not have good intentions. All she's trying to do is be with that creature, and doesn't matter who she hurts to get there. So,
Back again.
just selfish all around. This creature, burn, 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 burn. Pack him up. Get him the fuck up out of here, dude. Under the jail. Seriously. Belongs under the fucking jail. Get him out. Shoo, be gone. I don't know his name, but the Russia sushi guy. He's cool, I guess. I don't dislike him. I just don't really feel anything towards him. He's cool, I guess. Not much to say about him. Backstory with Verona is kind of cool. How him and Simon were the ones that like trained her. Simon, I actually do like him a lot. I don't like the lips though. That I don't like. Shame on them. It's like, come on, you know what black people like. You know, black people don't fucking look like that. Like, come on. There's no excuse. Anyways, I do like him. I think he's funny sometimes. He also decked Izai in the face in season 1, and I cheered. I actually like audibly cheered when he did that. He's also one of 2 people that sees through Izai's shit. The other being Shinra. I talked about it earlier. After he punched him, he's like, "Look, bro. Like, I know you're doing all this fuck shit. Like, you're not as hard to read as you." He tells him like he's not like you're not as hard to read as you think you are, buddy. Like, you're fucking like you're nothing. Like, okay, not that part, but he's like, you're not as hard to read as you think you are. It's just he calls him out on his shit, and I like that. And again, he's also just funny. Dennis, that's his name, Dennis. They're kind of just supporting characters. They're not like too much in the season 2. They get a little bit more of importance because again, Verona and Sloane get involved, and they know them, and Igor as well. I should put Igor after Sloane. Anyways. Yeah, just fix his lips and the design would have been fine. Why you gotta do that to him? This is so cute. Oh. Okay, anyways. Mr. Niyakawa, I don't really care. I kind of feel bad for the fucker. Like, he's just, I mean, he's trying to, you know, do his best. He was looking for Haruna in a, what do you call it? Because, like, she had went missing for a couple days, and he was just looking for her, trying to find out, like, what the dollars was about, because I think she was in the dollars. He went to Izaya, he went to, Mr. Shiki, which we'll get to him next. He went to, I think, he just was trying to find out what happened to her. And he finally, like, finds her, and then I think she controls him with Saika. So he's just trying to, like, be a good dad to her, I think. And She just does not care and is not having it. So I don't know what to say about him. He's just kind of a regular guy. Mr. Shiki. I'm kind of indifferent to him. I like his voice a lot. I like his voice a lot in the English dub. He's a good voice. But yeah, I'm kind of indifferent to him. Uh, really the whole like Yakuza group and the Awakusus and what they're doing, like that whole business really kind of went over my head. I think they spent too much time on it. I know this is a show about like gangs and shit like that, but that shit went over my head. Personally, me personally. Um, I feel like they didn't do a good job at explaining them, at least in my opinion. Like I don't know what their motivation is. I don't know what they're doing. I just don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. So that I don't know what their goal is. Just they just don't want people in their business is all. Well, I think Mr. Shiki is like I don't know if he's a rival of the Awakusu group or if like he's with them. I don't really know. Um, but lawful neutral, I think, or lawful evil could be one of these two. I think a lot of the Awakusu guys are gonna fall into lawful neutral or lawful evil, except maybe Mr. Akabayashi. This asshole, I don't really like him because he intimidates Celty and I don't like it. I remember Shinra said that like he does all these high speed chases and that's like ended in accidents. It's like, bro, why you got this dude on the force? He's a danger. This man's a menace to society. Why you got him in the force? Yeah, I don't like him. But yeah, not a fan. He's probably lawful neutral or lawful evil. I don't know. Lawful neutral probably. He just likes flexing his muscles. Uh, so we have Sweet Home Alabama here. Maidu, I don't know. I guess I'll put them both in mixed feelings. I think they show up at the end of the first, like the end of the first season. I think is like I think it might be an OVA, but they show up at the end of that. I remember, and I mean they're cute. They're adorable. They're always like matching and stuff with like their clothes. I mean that's cute, but it's like I mean I like that, you know, Mayu or Mayu wait what Maidu. She's a brave girl. She's a fighter. She defended herself like from bullies. Like I admire that part about her. Uh Other than that, though, I think she's a little bit annoying. The voice, I think it might be the English voice that does it. Not that she's like a bad VA. It's just I don't know. She's a little bit annoying. Kudiri, I mean the two of them are kind of just always together. They're kind of like Erica and Walker, except they're always together. Erica and Walker at least get to be independent in season 2, whereas they're kind of always together. Um, like Mairu is like the energetic and like spunky one, whereas Kururi is rather introverted and the quiet one. Mairu does a lot of the talking, but I do like the fact that Kururi is very talkative in like the chat room. I think that's her, at least. You know, usually Mairu is the very talkative one in real life, and Kururi's silent, and yet on the chat room, Kururi's very talkative, and Mairu's the quiet one. So I like that. I like that aspect about both of them. But again, Sweet Home Alabama, they kissed and like enjoyed it. It was weird to watch as a grown person, as an adult. It's weird to watch, but yeah, I don't really know exactly where to put them. This little motherfucker, I fucking hate him. Oh my god, I hate him so bad. I hate him so much. As for the alignment, I don't know. They're lawful good, neutral good. I don't know. They're just normal girls. Well, other than Sweet Home Alabama. This little worm, I really hate him. I really, really hate him. He wants to be Izaya so bad. He's like Izaya and Masaomi combined. God, I can't stand him. I really cannot. I kind of can't stand Izaya either, so... And they're both two of a kind, which Aoba says towards the end of the show, that they're two of a kind. Wants to be like Izaya so bad. He has like Izaya's manipulative. He doesn't instigate like Izaya does, but he is manipulative. And he has like Masaomi's kind of like flirty personality, and he cares about the twins because they kissed him. But yeah, also he plays like the helpless little boy trope. That's how he got his brother, which we'll talk about next. That's how he got his brother to take over the blue squares, because I think Aoba apparently started it, but it got to be too much, quote unquote too much, and he wanted Izumi to take over. Little did we know that he just wanted Izumi as like his fall guy, which he did to Mikado later on. Because he wants to be able to do his little shit, whatever he wants, and not take any and just to not answer for it. Yeah, he wants to be able to do what he wants and not suffer consequences, and he wants somebody else to take the fall for him. So that's what he did with that's how he roped in Mikado and Izumi. So yeah, I just can't stand him. He's just mad annoying to me. Every time he was on the screen, I just was like, ugh, God, not him again. Like, God, let this be over with already. I just don't want to. I don't want him to be in this. I just couldn't wait for the scene to be over with. Okay, Izumi, his piece of garbage brother. He's horrible, but I kind of like him. I actually kind of like him. It's his voice, his personality, I think. I mean, again, he's awful. He's done some terrible things. He said some terrible things. But I really like his English dub voice. He's just crazy. Like, it works so well for his character. He's just this unhinged guy. He's not calculated like Izaya or Aoba. He's just chaos, just pure chaos, personified. it's his personality and his voice. Like if he didn't have those two things, he probably would have been down in like either mixed feelings or I don't like. But yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, Alba. As for Alba and Izumi, okay, so Alba, neither and Izumi, neither of them are good. Alba is, I think he would be either lawful evil or lawful neutral. Whereas Izumi, I think, might be chaotic neutral or chaotic evil. They're just on different sides of the spectrum. They're both awful, but just in different ways. Izumi at least is like unapologetic. He at least kind of owns it, whereas Aoba is always kind of like hiding behind somebody else, making somebody else his like scapegoat. So Rochi. Um hmm. I do like him. And we know the guy's a womanizer. He's always got like a group of like girls like around him and all that kind of stuff. And even then, he always is like hitting on others. It's crazy. I like his voice also in the English dub. He's the leader of the Toromaru gang in Saitama, the biker gang that we see in season 2. He's the leader of that. He's always kind of going on about, you know, how to treat a woman and stuff like that, and yet he's a hypocrite. He's saying, oh yeah, don't mistreat women and don't hit women, which I agree with that, but then he's also like got a harem. It's like he doesn't, he's kind of a hypocrite. He's not a horrible person, but he's not like a good person either, which this is a show in a nutshell. Okay, how long? Let's see. You don't know much about his past. We know that he like picked a fight with Shizuo shortly before he was introduced and got the shit kicked out of him. Got folded, of course. He fought Kadota, and after that, the two of them were kind of square. After that, he's like, okay, I don't fuck with the dollars, but I like you at least. And Kadota was like, yeah, same here. I don't fuck with Toromaru, but you're kind of cool. He came in support of Kadota when he learned that he got hit with a car. He helps Masami towards the end with like confronting Mikado and all that. So he does do some good, but so because of that, he's definitely in one of the neutrals. He's not evil. He's not good. He's definitely in the neutral somewhere. I'll say true neutral. Probably true neutral for him. Because he does do some good in the series. I think he does more good than bad, but still. Okay, is Rochi's girl. I don't know. I just indifferent. There's not a lot to say about her. I mean, they don't have her do much, so not really a lot to say about her. Okay, who's next? Verona, I like her a lot. Oh, you know, earlier I did say that Mikado and Henri were like the only two people with character development, but I guess she has some too. Um, she is, a cold-hearted, just cold assassin, um, intelligent, calculated, um, but then also is awkward in social situations. But yeah, she has like kind of like a Aaron and Mikasa backstory where like as a child she had to kill or be killed. I think she expressed that like she never had been shown like love before, any conditional love or unconditional love. That her father was always very cold to her. So it makes sense why she would end up, becoming a cold person. Um, it kind of feels like she's trying to like find her purpose of like, what am I actually doing? Like, what am I doing here? I think over time she grows accustomed to the life in the city. Okay, sorry. She becomes accustomed to life in the city, and I think after she, like when she doesn't work with She's Woman Tom anymore, she kind of realizes that she misses it, that she liked the kind of lax lifestyle that she lived before. Because she's always in like super stressful and like tense situations because she's an assassin. Um, and like killing and all that kind of made her exhilarated. It made her feel alive on some like Widowmaker type stuff. So literally Widowmaker. Uh, but yeah, she grows attached. She grows close to Shizuo. Um, she does like want to fight him still. I don't know if she'd be able to like beat him because he's crazy strong for some reason, but she definitely does like him. Not necessarily romantically, but she does like take a liking to him, and he does take a liking to her as well. So I ship them together a little bit. That's a power duo. It's a power couple if I've ever seen it before. Literally, the two of them would be fucking unstoppable. Like you're not touching either one of them. That'd be crazy. Um. So as for alignment, she's not good for sure. She's not really evil either. I'd put her probably in true neutral. Just, yeah, probably just true neutral. She's not for or against anyone. She's kind of just, doing her job. Sloane, I actually kind of like Sloane. I think he's kind of funny. Sloane was her partner in when they first made their introduction, they were partners in crime, quite literally. And then they got caught. They got busted by Akabayashi and some other guys. So I think she was tasked to like kidnap Akane or something. I don't remember why, but I guess they found out that what she was trying to do and like stopped them. And then her and Sloane were apart for like a long time. Then she ended up in Russia Sushi, and he ended up God knows where. I guess in Izaya's little pack. And they were split up for a long time. And they didn't end up meeting together until like much later on. And then by the end of the series, they're back together again. And they go back to Russia, I guess. Don't remember why, but they do. But yeah, he's just always like asking her questions, and she answers them because she's smart. And that's the end of that. I just think he's funny sometimes. Igor's kind of cool. Igor's kind of clean. Really creepy first introduction. But I like his design, I like his voice. He's kind of clean. I don't remember what he was doing or why he did what he did, but like I think he had a run-in with Ludi when she was Hollywood, and Shizuo knocked both of them silly, of course, and I think that's how he got so banged up in the beginning, because of that. And I don't know, he's just kind of cool. He's just kind of clean. He also helps Shingen later on. I think what does he do? Does he save Namie, I think? I think him, this guy, and Shingen, they like save Namine. Not Namine, I'm Kingdom Hearts. They like saved Namie because they were trying to like take her and shit, so. And I think he also helped Celti one time. So. Brownie points. Okay. Kazuga is cracked. I'm indifferent to him. His character doesn't really do anything for me, personally. I mean, yeah, he's cute and all, but it's like... I mean, he forces himself to be like this because of, like, Shizuo being overly emotional, just to, I guess, to balance it out. Kind of like how Maido and Gurudi are. Kind of similar, I guess, but to a more extreme extent. I say he's cracked because he's dating Rudy, and she, well, we'll get to her, but yeah, he's cool, I guess. Rudy, I don't know how I feel about her. She's Hollywood, that serial killer that was brutally murdering people. And I said Kazuka is cracked because he's dating her. Because I don't know why you would date, a serial killer that could have also killed him, very easily if she, if she was able to do that to people, then he would have been like nothing to her. She and Kasane apparently share the same like bloodline. They're like they're distant relatives. Duty is kind of like Celty to where like when she gets cut, her wounds will like heal themselves almost immediately afterwards. I feel like there was a lot more to that. I feel like there was a lot more to that backstory into that whole her lineage, but it didn't get fleshed out that much. I feel like they kind of just threw it in there and just said, okay, here's something for Duty. Maybe they go over it more in the manga or in the light novels. I don't really know, but
If I fought, I feel like
I don't even know where her alignment is. I don't even know. I don't know with her. Akane, I mean, I guess I like her. I guess. Her story's kind of sad though. Um, I remember like when I watched it, I felt bad for her just because like people at school were only pretending to be her friends because they were scared of the Awakusus. And, you know, the parents were afraid if they like made her mad that they would pay for it. So I can understand why she's not sure who to trust or who to believe because she's been lied to by people that she thought were her friends. So I feel bad because of that. I mean, I don't even know what the Awakusus do exactly, but I mean, for them to have that reaction, I'm sure it's not good. I don't know what their goal is or what they do or what they're even doing, but you know, it's dangerous territory with them. And I know that she wanted off Shizuo because she thought he was gonna off their family because of Izai putting shit in her head yet again. I don't know why dude's talking to all these freaking children, dude. Dude is so sus. It's just weird behavior. Like, why would you do that? Sorry, I got stuff under my nails. Where did it come from? Okay, but yeah. This is Akane's dad, I believe. I don't really care. His voice is cool. Akabayashi's kind of clean. He at least cares about Henri and Miss Akane. Looking out for Henri and stuff. So I guess he's kind of clean. Put him in like his design too. He's also voiced by Matt Mercer, so that's cool. Yeah. This guy, I don't know his name, but I don't really care. He's always kind of at odds with Akabayashi, it seems. This dude, I don't know his name. I don't care for him. Jinnai probably should go and burn with fire. I don't know who this is. That dude, I don't care. I don't know who that is. Kasane, I kind of have mixed feelings about her. I think that she's another lawful neutral type character. Again, just acting in her own interest. She informed Henri and Haruna about Saika and just the fact that she could spawn multiple Saikas throughout her entire body. She wanted Henri's Saika. Henri did not give it up to her, which I understand. She's standing firm and staying true to herself. She's like, I don't know what you're going to do with this, and I don't want this power to fall into other people's hands, so I'm just going to hold on to it. She stole. I guess she was trying to capture Celti's. Yeah, they were trying to. Her and this dude were trying to capture Celti's body because I guess they felt like Celti's body had more worth in the head, and so I didn't like that she took Shinra and made her mad. So I don't like that part, but I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about her really. She's probably a lawful neutral. Or a lawful evil, depending on what she does. I don't really know. This guy, I almost want to put him in who, just because, I don't know his name. I mean, I know who he is, but, he doesn't do that much. Like I said, him and Igor, help Namie. Igor, and Shingen, they all help Namie. Because Shingen paid him. He's Mikage's brother. I think they both run the dojo together that Mairu goes to and Akane went to as well. He's in the chat logs sometimes, but not really much about him. I have no idea who this. I mean, I know who he is. I don't know his name, but it's where did this dude come from? I feel like there's definitely some missed context, or maybe I wasn't paying attention or something. But I feel like there's missed context with this. Again, I don't know if I missed it or if the show didn't explain it, but there's something missing with him because he's just there and I don't know who he is or what he's doing, who he's with. I don't know. Him and Mikage were helping Izaya. Again, I don't know what for or why. I don't know if Izaya hired him or what. I mean, he could have hired Mikage too to be his bodyguard or something. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say about him. He just kind of came out of nowhere, and they didn't explain really who he was. I think he's worked by Liam O'Brien too, which is cool. Mikage. I actually do kind of like her. She's kind of clean. We don't see a lot of her, but she's a strong lady. I like her English voice. We don't know anything about her really either. I know she runs the dojo with her brother. We don't know her backstory or how she knows Izaya. I would like to get that just to add some context because again, they just show up. Sloane, Izumi, her, the bald dude, and somebody else were in his office. We learn the reason why everybody else is there, but we never learn why she and him are there. At least I don't think. So maybe there's more context in the manga or the novel, I don't know. But yeah. She's cool though. Would like to get, more about her, but this Try Hard. I don't know, I'm indifferent. I like his design. Looks cute, but he's the leader of Heaven Slave, the drug cartel, because as if gangs weren't enough, they have to include drugs because why not? Um, I don't know if they were the ones or if Amphisbena were the ones that produced the drug that Henri's dad ended up getting hooked on. I don't know, but
A is for apple. B is for butterfly. C is for chopping heads.
I don't know. I don't really have what to say about him. He is either lawful or true. I don't know. And then this lady, she's terrifying. She's so scary. Like the torture scene with Izaya, like she was so scary. I love the design. Maybe on my own time I'll go read the wiki or something and just learn more about these two groups. But yeah, I just know she was scary. Actually, no, I'll put her in. I kind of like her. She was scary, but I kind of like her. Amelia. I kind of like Amelia. I kind of don't like her voice, but she's okay. She's, the wife of, current wife of, Shingen, Shinra's stepmother. She doesn't really get to do a whole lot, but she's more of a supporting character, so. This chick, I still don't know her name. She's kind of an NPC. She was one of the suicide pacts that Izaya showed up in and just mocked them pretty much the same way he did Rio, and she was still upset about it and wants to make him suffer. I don't blame her. I mean, what he did was awful. I don't really know though. I'm indifferent. Okay, Nakara, I don't fuck with him. They don't even show his face either, which is interesting. But Nakara, he gave his name to Izaya. Okay, so back in high school, they were doing some betting or whatever, and Nakara wanted his money back, and Izaya was like, "Bro, nah, you're the one that put the shit up. You didn't have to do that. That's your fault." And he went to go stab him, and Shinra got in the way and protected him. And then after that, Izai was like, I can spend I'll take the fall for it, but I'll make him, I'll get my revenge on him slowly but surely. I don't know why he took the fall for what Nakara did, but whatever. But he's just using Nakara's name to do fuck shit. And pretty much he kind of gets wrapped up in it. Oh yeah, and then we learn that him and Izaya, they started, I think they started Amphisbena when they were in college or something. They started it together. It was either this or Heaven Slate. I don't remember. They started one of these drug groups, and when they were in college, I think, and it got more traction and it got bigger. Yeah, he's kind of a wimp. He started this shit and now is getting scared when like things get serious. Like, what did you expect? Oh, I've had a lot of water. My throat's starting to hurt. Yeah, fuck Harada. Fuck him. He's terrible, literally. He talks big shit, but is not about it. You know, he's just not about it. Literally brought a gun to a fist fight. Should tell you who he is. Even Izumi called him even Izumi called him an asshole, and Izumi's like one of the biggest in the show, and even he called him an asshole. Even he acknowledged that he's awful. Something that crossed my mind too is I wondered like what happened. I wondered like he was such a big like character towards the end of the first season, yet he kind of disappeared. But then I forgot that he literally got thrown in jail along with his other goons probably. But yeah, he's awful. He's a tryhard. He wanted to take over the Yellow Scarves after Masomi tried to overthrow him or whatever. It was a whole mess. He's a mess. I don't know who this is. I mean, he's one of his lackeys or whatever, but we don't know his name. He barely even has a presence. Showed up in one episode. Not really important. Know who this is, but I'm still gonna put him in who just because he's irrelevant. Vaguely know who he is. He like just one of the street thugs, I guess. I actually don't know who this is. I actually don't know him. I mean, he's one of Masami's friends, but like, okay. Kazutano, he's kind of annoying. I'll put him in indifferent, I guess. I don't really care about him. This dude, burn it with fire. Burn it with absolute fire. Dude's a fucking freak.
These pastries from the Slayer's cake are delicious.
He's one of Rudy's stalkers. Gross freak. It's people like, what's scary is that there are people that exist just like him in real life. There are people that do this to like, you know, female streamers and female celebrities. I was literally just watching like a video last night about like stalkers that streamers have had, and there's just a lot of people that are, not a lot, but there are people that are like this, and it's fucking scary. Like, God. This Verona's dad, I don't care about him. This guy, nah. Max, he's the stereotypical like American, obnoxious American business guy or whatever. The three of them can go and burn with fire. The three of them are like the human traffickers. That like kidnap people and shit. They do all of that. So awful. That's Henri's mom. I don't really. I should make a don't care. Like a don't care. a don't care tier. Actually, I'll move Mr. Shiki up. I do kind of like him. Uh, oh yeah, Henri's mom showed up for one episode in a backstory with with Akabayashi. It was revealed that like she slashed him, she cut him, and he like ripped out his eye because it was, you know, Saika just saying shit to him and he got annoyed at it. He did have feelings for her. And then, I mean, I'm sure that he was very shocked to find out what happened with her and Henri's dad. And he looks, you know,
Oh man, that was
that because of that, he looks out for Henri. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool to see the origin of Saika. But, you know. Takiguchi. I mean, I like him. I think he's voiced by Sam Riegel. He doesn't show up a whole lot. He got, like, jumped in season 1, and I felt really bad for him, just because it was just really unwarranted. And I think he helped Henri out. Yeah, he helped Henri out when she was running away from the Yellow Scarves guys. So he's cool. I don't think he showed up in season 2. Or if he did, it was very brief. It wasn't for like, it wasn't for long. He had a bigger role in season 1, so. That's Buddy's like niece or something. The cop's like niece. I don't care. The little cat. I mean, cute, but she showed up in like 1 episode or 2 episodes. Supporting character. I don't think we see her again after that. After those episodes. She also helped Henri in that whole like Dollar's little rescue mission that was going on. I don't know who this is. I think, is it Namie's assistant? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's literal random police officer, the teacher, just the artist on the street. These bitches, I hate them. Yep, get out of here. They bullied Henri, and we don't like that. I think they're like they're based on like the Gyaru fashion trend, like with the super tan skin, like the bright hair and then the makeup. I think that's what they are. But they bullied Henri and they're awful for it, so. Shooter. I guess I like Shooter. I mean, Shooter's always present in the show, technically. Wherever Salty is, I mean, that's where Shooter is. But it didn't get, like... It's rare to see Shooter by themselves. I mean, literally the only time I think they were by themselves was towards the end of season 2, where Salty was trapped and Shooter wanted to go and help. And they recognized Shizuo and then had Shizuo come and help. So... Oh, wow. We finished. Oh my goodness, we actually finished this. It only took 3 hours. Only took 3 hours for me to finish this. That's fine though. Oh, and also, or, nah, I guess that's probably not important. I have a lot of tiers. I have so many tiers on this list. I'll put Max down in like don't care. Don't care. Don't care. But yeah, that is my tier list, you guys. I probably need to go rest my throat now because I've been talking for 3 hours straight. But thank you all very much for watching this far. If you've seen it this far, my throat really hurts. As for when the next time I'll stream and what I'll stream next, I actually don't know yet. I'm still contemplating that. I'll switch to this. I'm contemplating that myself. I don't know if I want to play Birth by Sleep or KH2 next of Kingdom Hearts. I honestly have no idea. I'll think about it though. I will think about what I want to stream next. If I do play a game, it will definitely be on my PS4 next time. So you're not gonna get the overlay and stuff. Not until I get a capture card, that is, but that won't be for a while. So, I thank all of you very, very much for just, tuning in and watching. Be sure to leave like a follow and stuff if you liked hearing me talk. Because I do enjoy talking. Maybe not for this long, because throat's feeling a little bit scratchy, but... And as for when I'll be back next, that is to be determined as well, because I myself, I don't know yet. Should be soon, though. It shouldn't be too long of a wait, I hope. And yes, I did turn the music off for a second. I'm just looking for something to leave you guys off on. You know, because we love music here. I have to leave you off on Stardust Speedway again. It's like my favorite song ever. So, as I said, I don't know when I'll see you guys next time, but I'll try to make it soon. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and you guys have a good one. Please drink water. It's fucking hot. Uh, make good choices. Don't die. And yeah, we'll see you next time.